Alright. Going to continue our video about cleaning out the trailer and preparing to take this road trip. Again, it's going to be from Phoenix, Arizona up to northern Wisconsin, where I have a family reunion, and back down to the 600-mile yard sale, which starts in the southern part of Michigan. So still debating on whether to, like I mentioned last time, take the UP, the Upper Peninsula over, or cut through Chicago and go up that way. I don't know. I certainly like the idea of driving across the UP, but I don't know how many sales I'm going to find up there, even though it is peak summertime, maybe peak yard sale season for them. And this would be in late July. That's when they're having their best weather up there. Maybe I can take a chance, go that way. Hope I come across some yard sales, thrift stores. Otherwise, I can, take the safer route, go through Milwaukee, Chicago. I'm thinking I would probably hit some estate sales up, late in the work week. I try to be over to the 600-mile yard sale before it starts. I've never been there, but I'm assuming that people probably start setting up before the official dates, which I believe is August 3rd. I'm still thinking about that. Another apple crate. Actually, this is a peach crate. I know a lot of people wouldn't be impressed with things like this, but we just don't see a lot of this stuff out here in the desert. But what do you do with those things? I'd love to put a plant in it or something, but I think the wood would just rot. So if anybody has any suggestions on what you can do with apple crates. Olympia Deluxe. I've sold a couple typewriters, but no special color to this one or anything, but I think it is a good model. I have dreams of using that typewriter one day to type up my masterpiece, my award-winning screenplay. A lot of clothing in here. I do like vintage clothing. But here's a good, I think that was a Vinge 7-fold. Kings of Leon. Good 90s, early 2000 stuff. I'll tell you that Y2K stuff is getting hot. We're at that 20-year mark. So be on the lookout for early 2000 stuff. These, of course, are not early 2000s. This would be 80s, maybe early 90s. Women's jeans. These aren't vintage, but this jacket fits me perfectly, actually. I think this is a fireproof jacket. Fireproof stuff. Sorry, chicken going by. Fireproof stuff can sell really well and can be worth good money. So you have to look at the tag. This one's not fireproof, but it does carry firearms. 511 Tactical Series, Triple X. That's for your big boy. So we got Black Sabbath. Not an old one, unfortunately, but still collectible. Still worth a few bucks. 2016. Or you hang on to it for another 10-20 years. YMCA shirt. Kind of hanging on to shirts like this. It's hot for a while, then it's hideous, and then it comes back around and is hot again. So this is kind of an interesting Ed Hardy shirt. So hang on to it. I like these Native American themed shirts. I don't think this one's liquid blue. No. The Mountain. The Mountain has some good shirts, if you know that brand. See, I like these and those liquid blue shirts. Some of those are worth really good money. Here's a really cool local find. Will appeal to some locals out here in the desert. 1993 Arizona racing shirt. Wild colors. Good old Levi's jacket. It's made in the USA. But I believe it's from the 90s. It's nothing real old, but I bought it off the original owner with like 3 or 4 pairs of Levi jeans, some from the 70s. But this jacket I believe is from the 90s. But look at this. Just the wear on this thing is it's all natural, not manufactured. It's cool. It's just a little too big for me, even though big is back in style. But I don't know. I might keep it for a little while. Some things are just hard to get rid of. I had this listed for a while and it did not sell. It's a Wrangler shirt, turquoise, with the original tag still. Frontier. Size small. It's probably another one of those Starbucks aprons. Got another one here. Basic green ones. That's the newer logo though. Cute little apron. Another good local piece. Pace in Arizona, 1987. Another Starbucks apron. Hopefully these will be worth $1,000 a piece someday. Cute little leather western vest for a small child. Marine shirt. Another local to Arizona, 97 Rose Bowl. Another band shirt. I think they are a Phoenix band actually. Pretty cool jacket. Oh yeah, the band Garbage. Okay, I said I was going to show you this piece in here. Anything with a story behind it is what I love. And I mean, the story on this piece has to do with me and my family. Like I said, we took this road trip. It was 7,500 miles. 7,500 miles over 7 weeks. It was a similar route that I'm going to be taking next month up to Wisconsin, where my mother currently lives. We went from here, from the desert towards Wisconsin, but we wanted to take the scenic route, and we took a very scenic route going straight up through northern Arizona into Utah, straight up through Utah into Idaho, and all the way up to Glacier Park in Montana, and then over from there. And if you look at a map, you will see that that is in no way a direct route. Way out of the way, but just saw some amazing country. Utah is beautiful. Southern Utah has some great, high desert type areas, but really some beautiful forest in the mid part of the state, and then up into the northern part. Salt Lake City is a great city with an amazing Capitol building that you can tour. I highly recommend that. And then Idaho, breathtaking. Just an amazing route along the Salmon River. Incredible hot springs in Idaho. And then of course Glacier Park, it's like paradise on earth. I've only had that feeling of when I've entered a place where I've just simply been awestruck. Glacier is one of them. Yosemite is another place. The Grand Canyon can have that effect on you as well. But if you haven't been to any of those places, hop in and go. take road trips. I tell my family that I don't believe in vacations. They laugh at me, you know, roll their eyes. Sometimes they punch me, you know, the kids. But yeah, I really don't. I believe in memorable vacations. That trip was a lot of work, a lot of miles, a lot of time in between bathroom breaks and showers, but we went from here up to Glacier Park, over to Wisconsin, back down and across through Wyoming, all the way to the California coast, San Francisco, down to San Diego, and back to Arizona. 7,500 miles. Definitely the grandest road trip I've taken. I've taken a lot of them. But anyways, we were almost to Wisconsin. Everyone is anxious to get there, the kids especially. And maybe within 100 miles of getting to my mom's house, we stopped at those A&W restaurants up there where you can get an ice cream or a root beer float. And right next door there happened to be a yard sale. The wife waits in the truck with the kids, and I go to get the root beer float. They say it's going to be, you know, a few minutes, so enough time to run next door to this yard sale. It's more like an estate sale. It was inside. They were selling pretty much everything in the house. A lot of stuff had been sold, but this thing was screwed into the wall in front of the window and just beaming. Very heavy. Get some light through it. It says vegetables. I like to imagine it was in some kind of small little grocery, and I suspect that is where it was hung. But you know, it was at the end of at least one leg of our journey, and the kids were. I was in this house for probably 20 minutes, so everyone's waiting on me, and they're not too happy, you know, that I was gone so long. But it wouldn't be the first time. And I came out with this, and so I love this piece. I do want to hang it up. I don't have any kind of window to put it in front of. You know, it's much more eye-catching when there's light behind it. So, but yeah, that's my vegetable stained glass piece. Be tough to get this one away from me. My kids love thrift stores, so we were in thrift stores in many different states. Like I said, it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. The kids will never forget it. You know, they were 7 and 8 at the time. They'll always remember it. Whether they will have road trips of their own may hinge on that very trip. Maybe they'll like it. Maybe they'll never do them again. But we'll do them again. But anyways, let me see what's left in here. I haven't sold a whole lot of artwork, but I had 2 pieces by this painter. He's a local painter. Passed away, I believe I was told. The other one was much larger. I'm not a big fan of this piece, actually. But I sold the other one and made good money off of it. If I see something that I like and the price seems right, generally find a buyer for it. Even if it's a little risky. I mean, that was... I don't think I'd ever sold a painting before. I paid $100. I think it was $100 for both of the paintings. I had no idea if I could sell it, but I thought it was a good piece. It took quite a while to sell, but I put it up on my wall for 6 months, a year, I don't know. And it was actually hard for me to give it away when it did sell. So I didn't come down on the price much, but made a good profit off it. Had it on my wall for a while, enjoyed it. And I'll do that with a lot of things. Things that I really like, hang on to it for a while, wear it for a while, hang it on the wall for a while, put it on my shelf for a little while. Then eventually I can go ahead and sell it. More clothing. Chicago Bears Ditka shirt. People are still crazy about Pokemon. Some more Wrangler shirts. I don't really wear these. I should say I don't wear these, but I don't know. Maybe I could. I like them. I don't wear them, but I like them. Especially the ones with the pearl buttons, you know. And I kind of feel like I could wear this one. Seems to be about my size. They're good sellers too. You find The key to these shirts is really finding unique patterns, unique colors. I see a lot of these. You usually want the pearl buttons on it, but it's not just that. It's the design and the colors. So this one, I like the design's unusual on this one. Very unusual for a Wrangler shirt. Doesn't have the buttons on it though. It doesn't feel as good as that one does. I think I bought these in Utah, Desert Industries. I think we've got a couple of those thrift stores out here, but I think I found these in Utah. They are, I believe, World War II. You can take a look at that tag. $7 a piece. I'm not sure if I paid full price. I believe I probably did. But yeah, both in good shape. Certainly worth more than $7. I've had some good luck at those Desert Industries with shirts, Hawaiian shirts. They have good quality stuff there, and the prices are not bad. Don't know why I have this, but I know some people are just crazy about otters or hedgehogs or gophers or beavers, whatever these are. Here's another Utah find at a Savers. Formula One racing has picked up quite a bit in popularity, and this shirt, last I looked, was actually worth some pretty good money. $5.50. That's Savers, no less. This is from a sale up in northern Arizona. Don't see a lot of this old winter stuff around here. Well, this is made in the USA. But here's the real piece though. Look at this. Levi's. The lady told me it was her son's. She said her son was now, I think he was in his 50s. This was his when he was a kid. She took very good care of it. Oh, look, it even has the name in there. I hadn't noticed that before. But this I just got recently, in the last couple months or so. I know there's a date on here somewhere. It is 70s. I think it is. It's in the instruction booklet inside. Yeah, still in the original box. This is all original, but you make it yourself. The box is a little rough, but 40 something years. Pretty cool. Same garage sale. Had this. This was like a picnic set. Don't see a date on here, but obviously it's old. I mean, this looks actually older than 70s. Kind of looks 60s to me. It's hard getting out. I can only imagine it'll be harder to get back in, but close it up. I think there's about 5 separate pieces there. Oh, and yes, the came with this thermos, still with the label on it. Women's trophy. I don't think it's really too old, but it's got some serious weight to it. Some more. I just like this old knitted gloves and hat piece. I really like. Some kind of pharmaceutical porcelain. Imagine maybe they cut pills on this thing, but I mean, look at that. Just the fading, and it's a really neat piece of porcelain. I'm gonna think of something to do with this. Got this at a local estate sale, $10. I got a couple more. Original Tarantino Hateful Eight shirt. Picked that up at a local Goodwill. It's probably a good one to hang on to for a while. Here is another cool, like I said, I like jackets. And here are 2 terrific ones. This is I bought this off an old lady in a retirement community. I think her husband had passed away, This was his jacket, and she had the vest. 70s, I believe. Look at that patch. Centerline racing apparel. Gold tags, got a big zipper, and just really good shape. The only downer is that she had the matching vest, but she removed the patch on her vest so she could wear it to work. That's a bit of a heartbreaker, but still cool. Still has a centerline racing tag on it. She thought it was from the 70s. One more jacket in here. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are good these days, so I think it should sell probably this winter. Speaking of jackets though, just got a package in the mail today. Something I purchased for myself, which I very rarely do. I was ecstatic to win this auction. It's a really cool piece. When I saw it last week, you know, I'm always just kind of browsing through vintage things online. And when I just happened to come across this thing with only, I think there was only 3 days, 2 or 3 days left in the auction. When I saw it, I instantly knew I had to have it. And I won it. It came in the mail today. And I will definitely share that with you. I'm excited. It's still in the box. I haven't opened it yet. I will definitely share that experience with you. So stay tuned for that video. Last tote here. This is pretty cool. It's a vintage Kmart inflatable raft. I've had a lot of interest in this, but no buyers yet. People could be a little skeptical about its integrity. It seems to be in great shape, never opened, you know, still sealed in the original packaging, but you never know if some of the corners have dried out. It's got to hold air, or it's pretty much worthless, of course. But I've got a pretty good price on it. Good price for me, I mean, and I got it for cheap, maybe a couple dollars. I think I've got it listed for maybe like 60 bucks, so. There's a heavy gauge license plate, Quartzsite, Arizona. I love local pieces. License plates are always good sellers. People, lots and lots of people collect license plates. It doesn't even matter if they're old. It could have been from last year. People like them. They like the ones that have sayings on them, you know, clever arrangements of the letters and numbers. But all kinds of license plates, if they're kind of unusual, you wonder if they're worth anything. I've had some like that I've sold for very good money. Do your research when it comes to license plates. I don't have a lot of room around here, so I have to be very selective with what I hang on to. So you're probably wondering why I have 2 of these things. I'm also wondering that. I don't need one, I certainly don't need 2, but I love wood and metal and wear. This has all those things. Somebody did offer me some money to buy one. I just didn't want to sell it for what they were offering. I could have made a little bit of money off of it, but they don't want to spend the extra, you know, whatever it was, $3 or $5, and I just think it's worth it. If they offered it to me again, I'd probably take it, as I do have 2 of them. So I've got a military bag. Some more pieces that I really love. Again, if I'm hanging on to it, a lot of these things are things that I actually like. These are actual gold-plated plates from the Phoenician Hotel. They don't appear to be that old, but they were used in the actual Phoenician, which for a long time was the only 5-star hotel in Arizona. This some good Phoenix history when it comes to the Phoenician. I mean, that used to be the place where, if you're anybody, that's where you were staying in the valley. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so 6 total. I break them out once in a while for special occasions. Not too much more in here. Some real fun patches from the 70s. This is Los Angeles Fire. If you know anything about patches and badges, I mean, the municipal stuff can be worth really good money. 72, 73 league champion. You take these old patches, you can also put them on old jackets, even like this vest I showed you. I certainly wouldn't put one of these patches on there, but if I found an old racing patch, it might work well on that vest. That's about it. Here's a risque ashtray that I came across in Idaho on that trip I was telling you about. Needs some cleaning up, but if you look at the front, it's a happy little couple. If you have children, or if you are a child, close your eyes for a moment. If you look at the back, the guy charged me too much for this, but he knew I wanted to buy something in Idaho. He had a lot of cool stuff, man. He had some really cool ice saws and logging equipment and axes and things, but he wanted top dollar for everything. He would not budge on anything. One of my last stops in Idaho, 20 bucks. Maybe I'll get my money back on it one day. But that's about it. I'll make another video on restocking this thing. This is a 5x10 trailer, I believe. It's going on a 5,000 mile road trip. I want to be organized much better than I was in the last big road trip that I took. I won't have the wife and kids with me this time. I actually have to pick them up at the airport in Minnesota. I got to kind of be moving to get up that way, but then on the way back I'll have time where I can take coming back. But I got to be organized, so going to take only what I need. I'll probably be doing not only buying but selling at flea markets along the way. So yeah, there'll be a lot of activity in the next couple months for me. So yeah, I hope you stay tuned, and don't forget about that box I'm going to be opening. I don't think you're going to be disappointed by what's inside. Here, I'll show you the box actually. I cannot wait to open this up. Something extremely cool with even a good little bit of history behind it. So stay tuned.